Hey, Alex, how are you going? The wedding is just around the corner. Are you excited?
Who's bothering me at this time of the night? Yo, it's you. Rebecca's mom, isn't it? I bet you're over the moon about your daughter being able to marry someone who can actually take care of himself. Even a normal girl would have trouble chatting to a guy like me, but yours managed to snatch me up.
Well, yes, I guess. Rebecca has a good eye for men. Must be evidence that I've raised her right.
You raised her? While we have the chance to talk, I'd like to ask a favor of you. After Rebecca and I marry tomorrow, I want you to get your face out of the picture. You aren't necessary anymore.
Huh? What do you mean?
Look, I know you're her mom and everything, but look at the situation. She's a grown woman now. She doesn't need mommy to look after her anymore. If I'm a lucky guy, she'll be the mommy looking after someone. Face it, at some point you had to stop putting her in diapers, right? Now you have to stop clinging on to her.
I guess you do have a point.
Secondly, I need time to revert the bad habits you've instilled in her childhood.
What? What are you talking about?
Look, don't get me wrong, you've done a pretty good job. There's not a lot of girls that turn out semi-decent after being raised in a house with a single parent. But surely even you must realize the situation here.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Let's face it, a man needs to do his share in raising the child. Your man wasn't there. Not only that, look at our backgrounds. We may as well be from different universes. I'm from a strong, prestigious family, a long lineage of high achievers, abundance in wealth, and lavishing looks. Then we've got Rebecca, a nice girl with a face that's not hard to look at, certainly not the best. The most troublesome thing that sticks out about her is her upbringing. She's nowhere near my level in that department. Think of how people are going to look at us. It's embarrassing.
I think that's just some twisted thinking that only you are worried about. No one actually cares about that type of thing.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's that type of ignorant way of thinking that I know that you've infected Rebecca with. It just shows you clearly have no common sense, and the chances that Rebecca is the same way are arguably high. Just do us a favor and don't butt into our marriage. The moment we're recognized in the eyes of God, I want you out of the picture. You got that?
Hey Luz, how are you? Sorry to bother you at this time of night. Mary, it's good to hear from you. I was just about to message you about something I'm worried about. You wouldn't happen to know anything about Rebecca, do you? There's really something I'm worried about. I've tried ringing her and she hasn't been picking up. Actually, that's exactly why I'm messaging you right now. I don't think she has access to any forms of communication with the outside. She's stuck in that house. What do you mean? It's Alex. He's basically treating her as his prisoner. He's doing what? Yeah, he's doing whatever he can to make sure the wedding happens. It seems Rebecca has been showing signs that she's not too eager to make this commitment to him. This is insane! What's happened to that man? Up until now, he's been so polite and reasonable with me. Now he's putting me down and telling me to stay out of their marriage. He's got some strange hatred for single-parent families. It's really bizarre. It seems Alex is not the man that we thought he was. He must have changed ever since he started dating Rebecca. To think that Rebecca was actually kidnapped! Mary, we can't let this slide by. We have to do something. This definitely warrants contacting the authorities. In fact, I might hang up to call them right now. Wait, hold on, Lucy. Just don't do that yet. Why not? There's something that Rebecca wanted me to tell you. Do you have some time for me to meet you? Of course I do, but we better make this quick. I don't want my daughter suffering any more than she has to. Don't worry, Luce. I'm heading there straight away. Good morning, Alex. Today is the big day. I hope you managed to prepare yourself for the commitment you'll be making. I'm just contacting you to let you know that I've arrived at the reception, except there's something I'm very worried about. Ever since yesterday, I haven't been able to get in contact with Rebecca. It's preying on my mind. You wouldn't happen to know anything, would you?
Wait, what the hell? Firstly, why are you contacting me? Secondly, why are you at the wedding?
I don't understand.
Didn't you get the picture yesterday? You're not part of this family anymore. Rebecca's ties to you are now severed.
Excuse me? Did you not say that it was after the wedding? She still shares my last name. Besides that, she's still my daughter. I have every right to be here. In fact, it's my duty to be here. Regardless of what you think about single parents, I'm still her mother.
Keep talking, old lady. You aren't her mother for long. In fact, you aren't even her mother today. She has a new family that's replacing you.
What are you talking about? Enough with this stupid attitude of yours.
It seems you really can't understand. The idea of marrying someone who's only got one parent is revolting to me. Even if Rebecca is a decent girl. I found a great replacement family. Your role as a mother is now finished. Go home and rethink your life. You'll need a hobby now that you're all alone.
What are you talking about? A replacement family?
Haven't you heard? They now have services where someone can pretend to be anything you want them to be. People are hired to be someone's partner or maybe a sibling. In this case, I got a whole family to cover up for your mistake. It costs me quite a lot of money, so you should be thanking me that I didn't get you to pay for half of it.
You did what? I don't know who you hired, but that's not her real family. They have no right to be there.
You don't get to decide that anymore. Just accept what's going on and leave. Trust me, there is nothing you can do to stop this. You may as well face the facts and readjust yourself as soon as possible.
No, Alex. This is preposterous. I am not going to accept something this stupid. By the way, you still haven't answered me. Where is my daughter? I can't contact her.
There's a reason you can't contact her. Check your inbox with her in about 2 seconds, and you'll know why.
I got a message from her. Hold on. This isn't right. Why would she tell me to leave?
God, you are slow. Do you really think that's her?
Wait a minute. I see what's going on. You actually took her phone, didn't you?
Wow, you must be Sherlock Holmes or something. How did you guess that one?
Ha ha ha. Why do you have her phone? Do you realize people are worried about her?
I had no choice. She was becoming a bigger headache by the second. As the wedding was approaching, we had numerous amounts of fights. These weren't over why I didn't shut the toilet seat or something stupid like that. They were very heated arguments and emotional fights. The days went by and we gradually stopped talking to each other. Every hour of the day was silent. Until she came out of nowhere saying that she doesn't want to do this wedding. She's not ready for this commitment with me.
After what I've seen of you lately, I can't blame her. That's the right decision for her. You're a nasty, judgmental man.
Oh, shut your mouth. You don't get to insult me. You're just some lowly single parent. The nerve of you to call me something like that. You should be thanking me for raising her to a higher status.
In what world would I be thanking you for ripping my daughter away from me?
This is what every miserable girl dreams of doing. Finding a man that can take her away from the dullness of her life. I'm doing her a favor and some part of you must know it.
Even if, objectively, this is the best thing for her, she is still saying no. You can't force her to marry you if she doesn't want to.
Okay then, suppose she doesn't marry me. How does that make me look? My reputation is now tarnished because some lowly girl decided to reject me. I'd rather marry the disrespectful cow than have her change the way people view me.
Are you actually that petty? Do you think people care about you that much? I think you need to get over yourself. You aren't the most important thing in the world.
I am getting tired of talking to you. Will you just leave this wedding already? You aren't welcome here.
You know what? I've had enough too. I'll be going now. In fact, I'll be going and I'll be taking someone else with me.
What do you mean taking someone else? You're the only one I don't want at this wedding. Everyone else can stay.
No, there's someone else coming with me. Very soon you're going to find out who it is. Mary, now is the time. Get out of here now. Is everything prepared? You're all finished now? Good to hear. Come straight outside and there should be a red car waiting for you. Get inside. Will do. Is Rebecca with you? Safe and sound. Nothing to worry about. Right. I'll see you soon.
Hey, what the hell is going on here? Where's Rebecca? She is nowhere to be seen.
I was wondering how long it would take for you to contact me. Looks like everything is going according to plan.
What plan? Tell me what's going on. Is this some stupid MTV prank? I am not laughing. Get everyone back here right now.
Oh, so I see that everyone's left the ceremony as well. That's good to hear.
Explain this already. You don't know what I'm capable of if I get any more angrier than this.
Calm down, Napoleon. Use your head a little bit. You should be able to put the pieces together.
Just before, you said you were leaving with 2 people, didn't you? Who was that second person?
That was my daughter.
There's no way she could have left the room. I had it guarded.
Just who do you think put the guard there in the first place?
I was the one that chose it. It was this girl, Mary.
Looks like you don't know Rebecca at all. Can you tell me who Rebecca's best friend is?
Could it be anyone else apart from me?
Oh, you honestly think you're the center of the world. Grow up already. Mary is Rebecca's best friend. They've known each other ever since they were in elementary school. The fact that you don't know something as basic as that is really embarrassing. Just what do you know about my daughter anyway?
You stupid old cow. There's nothing remotely interesting about your daughter for me to want to get to know her. Wait till my family hears about this.
Don't worry, they know everything that's happened. They're all in full agreement for Rebecca leaving you.
Like hell they are.
Who do you think helped me suspend the wedding in the first place? If I didn't get their agreement, everyone would still be sticking around there.
They were the ones that suspended it? Why would they do that?
You're an embarrassment to them. Kidnapping a girl against her own will? It's despicable.
Those backstabbers, how could they side with you over their own son? Fine, screw you all. I've had enough of you people anyway. At least I don't have to marry your insolent daughter. On top of that, you guys can pay for all the damages from this wedding.
Us pay? Where is that notion coming from?
I am not letting this slide. I paid a lot of money for this wedding. I don't care if you're broke, single mother, you're the reason why this wedding isn't happening. You can pay back every single penny I used and more. I'll have you crawling on the streets looking for money.
Rebecca really did dodge a bullet by not marrying you. Bark all you want, but you won't be getting a cent from me.
This is all some big joke, right? I must be in some sort of bad dream because this can't be real.
What are you talking about, Alex?
Are you actually the CEO of the company I'm working for? Aw, tell me this is some sort of lie.
You've got that right. I'm your new boss.
How and why is this happening? How could you be my new boss?
It's quite a long story, so listen well. It was actually my former husband who was the one that was meant to be the new CEO. He has a long record of achievements and was quickly elected to be the next CEO. Unfortunately, he's been battling an illness for quite some time now. In his current condition, it wouldn't be appropriate for him to be the CEO.
I understand that much, but why would that make you the CEO instead of someone else?
There was another potential candidate that were considered for the role. They were some good people, too. Great potential to do things for this company. Unfortunately for them, though, I also had a line of great successors for this company. My track record made me the unequivocal best candidate for this role.
This is too insane to believe. I thought you were just some broken down woman that couldn't hold onto her marriage. I didn't even know that you had a job, let alone in the same consulting company as mine.
There's a lot that you have underestimated about me. Not just the fact that I am a woman that focused on her career. For starters, I had a happy marriage with my husband. We barely had any disputes with each other. In fact, we were so alike that we predicted it would cause problems for our marriage later along the line.
What are you talking about? If you didn't have any problems, why would you get a divorce in the first place?
It's the way we lived our lives. For better or worse, my former husband is a workaholic. I am also a workaholic. We decided that it would be best for both of us if we separated paths and focused on our work individually. That way, we couldn't each get in each other's way.
That sounds like a really inefficient family structure. Why would you separate if you had a daughter to raise?
Despite being divorced, my husband did do his duty in raising our daughter. Our main goal is building financial prosperity. Our daughter understood that and still got the attention she needed. There's never been a complaint from her side. We go on a family vacation about 5 times a year. You'd be surprised how stable this family structure is.
Honestly, this all sounds really stupid to me. I still can't believe that you're the CEO.
Thank you for reminding me. As the CEO, I have something to address. I know you've been tampering with the company's expenses.
Wait, what? I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's no point in lying, Alex. I have a very detailed investigation into what you've been doing in this company. This isn't the type of conversation to be having over a messaging application. You'll be having a chat with the manager when you come into work on Monday. Oh, by the way, here's some advice. I'd clean out the things in your desk before they come to talk to you.
Oh, dear God. Is this actually happening right now? Oh, please, think this over. Do I really deserve this type of treatment? Think about my situation. My family has just disowned me. I can't rely on them anymore. Rebecca is gone, so I can't rely on her for emotional support. I am left on my own right now, which is fine. As long as I had my job, I knew I could make it through. But now you're actually thinking of firing me? Think about what I have to deal with right now.
People get fired over time and they still make it through life. I'm sure you'll find a way.
No, you don't understand, do you? Think about all the money I paid for that wedding. I'm still paying it off. How am I meant to pay the wedding off and still continue supporting myself? I don't need this right now. Surely we can come to some sort of agreement. What do you need? I'm sure Rebecca is distraught that our marriage has come to this. I can be the man that she needs me to be. Just don't fire me, please. I am begging you.
You've already shown me the type of man you are, Alex. I have to say, I am very disappointed. When we first met, you talked about your job and your background, so I thought you were a level-headed person. I had no issues in giving Rebecca away to you, but it's come to this and you've really shown your true colors. You went from being the best option for Rebecca to being the worst. I would rather a homeless man marry her over you.
Oh, I don't believe this. I need a way to make this work.
There is no hope for you, Alex. As I said, get your desk cleaned before the manager comes to talk to you. I'd like to fill your seat as soon as possible. From that point on, things didn't work out for Alex. Out of desperation, he tried every means he could to either not get fired or get back with Rebecca. Unfortunately, everything was for naught. After hearing every stupid suggestion he threw at me, I grew tired of him and finally blocked him. The onslaught didn't stop there. From written letters to my office to him actually appearing at the company again, I couldn't seem to get away from Alex. I decided to consult my husband on ways we could get rid of him permanently. My husband quickly suggested that he could employ him himself. That was a bait that Alex would bite into very quickly. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be as promising as Alex would have expected. Under the employment of my husband's company, Alex would be sent to a foreign country to work in a factory. From there, he would be slaving underneath my husband's eye, paying off his loan little by little. As my husband calculated, Alex wouldn't be finished paying off his loan for at least 30 years, which is more than enough time for Rebecca to get over him and for me to focus on my new role as CEO. With Alex out of the picture, Rebecca finally had time to herself to find a new partner. Only this time, she's making it her first priority to fully understand the man that she is with before she decides to marry him. I'm confident she won't make the same mistake as she made with Alex.
Hey, Olivia.
Hey, honey.
Do we still have almond milk in the fridge? I'm at the grocery store right now. I have the usual necessities in the cart already, but I can't remember if we have any almond milk.
We do, but since we're low, I think you should get another gallon.
All right, thanks. I'll get some then.
Will?
Yeah?
There's something I want to talk to you about when you get home. It's important.
I think I know what this is about. You're trying to file a divorce with me, aren't you? How many times is this? Your third?
This time it's real. I know he's the one. I feel a strong connection with him whenever I think about him. It's like the universe is sending a message that we belong together.
All right, tell me, who is it this time? Who did you fall in love with so fast that you want to divorce me? Who is this majestic man that the universe sent you?
It's your cousin?
What? Who? Which one? Lucas?
No, not Lucas. He's 10 years older than me. It's Oliver.
What? Oliver? Olivia, he is 13. He's in middle school. You can't date him, that's illegal.
What?
I know he's tall, so you might have thought he was 18, but he just became a teenager recently. You should know this. Remember the family barbecue? I thought you met him. Didn't he say that he was 13?
I don't know. I don't remember. All I know is the moment I saw him, I knew he was the one. He's so cute. Even our names sound familiar. Oliver and Olivia.
Oh, stop it. Even if you are joking, it is not funny. You're 26 and he's 13. I am not letting you anywhere near him.
Oh, come on. Don't ruin this moment. Why can't you be a cupid for us?
Oh my god, you're disgusting if you're being serious. Olivia, you can't date him. He's a minor and you're an adult. If you don't want to go to jail, you need to back off.
Fine. Maybe in 5 years, though? But I'll give up for now.
Jeez, you need to give up not only on my cousin, but trying to find a new husband. You have me, what is the problem?
I'm just tired of you, okay? You're boring. I need a man who can satisfy my needs, but you're barely doing anything. Now, if you will excuse me, I'm going to get back on the hunt for the right man for me. Will, it's time for our divorce. This time, it's really happening. I finally found the one. I've never felt connected to anyone so much in my entire life.
That's nice, despite the fact that I've heard you say the same thing multiple times about different people.
You don't get it, Will. This time, it's so legit that I even got the divorce papers with my signatures on it. I left it on the kitchen counter ready for you to sign them. You're going to take them to the public office after you sign them, okay? I don't have much patience in me to wait, so you better do it as soon as you come home today. Oh, and don't bother about claiming compensation because I don't need any of our properties. You can keep everything. That's fair, right? Okay, cool.
Oh dear, here we go again. I shouldn't even be surprised at this point now. Let me at least ask who it is that you're divorcing me for.
It's James. He's so handsome, and he's gorgeous green eyes. He's a real catch.
You mean James Miller? My best friend?
I swear, everyone you know is handsome and good-looking. You should become a Cupid since you know so many nice men. It could turn into a real business.
That is not funny. You know he has a fiancée, right? The two are high school sweethearts. You're not gonna ruin their marriage, okay? You can't date James.
What, are you jealous? You don't want your best friend to date me, do you? You're just making up that he's engaged. How cute.
Yeah, right. I am not lying, Olivia. He's engaged. And just so we're clear, the only reason why I would stop you from dating my best friend is because you're a psycho cheater.
Excuse me? I am not a cheater. I'm just trying to find the love of my life. I know he's out there somewhere.
What's the point of marrying me if you're not satisfied?
Well, I had to marry you in order to find out, okay?
That is not how marriage works, Olivia. Why can't you be committed to just one person?
How dare you try to give me a lecture on commitment? Do you know who you're talking to? You owe me. Don't you forget that. I'm going to marry James. Nobody's going to stop me.
Well, too bad because you can't. He's getting married soon.
You know what? It doesn't matter. James may not realize this now, but soon he'll find out that I'm the one for him. Actually, he already proposed to me. I was trying to hide it from you, but you seem to not take me seriously, so I'm just gonna spill it. If you're talking about him having a fiancé, that's me. I'm his fiancé.
What? What kind of daydreams are you having lately? I think you need a reality check.
You can't stop us from loving each other, okay? Now, I'm going to see my wonderful, soon-to-be husband. I'm finally free from you. Goodbye, Will.
Hey, James, where are you right now? I'm at my fiance's parents' house in Florida. We're staying over there for the entire weekend. It is so nice out here. So much different than the cold, rainy weather in Seattle. Oh, good. You're not home. What? Is something going on? My wife, my crazy wife, just left to see you. She's on her way to your apartment. What? I told her that I'm engaged. I made it clear that I wasn't interested in her. I guess she didn't get the message. Did you maybe say something that might have given her the wrong impression by any chance? Well, yesterday we bumped into each other at the store. She asked me if I'd propose already, and I said yes because I thought she was talking about my fiancé. That's it. What? Olivia probably thought that you were talking about her. She misinterpreted what you told her. Oh man, I'm sorry about that, bro. I didn't mean to. I should have made it more clear so she understood. No, don't apologize. None of this is your fault. She does this all the time. She twists words and interprets them in a way that will sound good to her. Even if you had told her that you were engaged to your girlfriend, she probably ignored it entirely since she didn't want it to be true. She is in denial. I feel for you, bro. It must be hard to be with someone like that. I bet you can't even have a proper conversation. No offense. None taken. You're absolutely right. We need to do something about her. Look, I don't want to drag you into this, but I want you to tell your fiancé about this, and just be cautious, okay? You should be fine as long as you're in Florida, but once you come back, she might start stalking you. I'll try to handle the situation as much as I can before you come back, but just be safe. Okay, I'll do that. But don't worry about us too much. I'm worried about you, bro. You're the one who's married to her. Isn't this like her third time trying to pull something like this off? Yeah. First, it was our neighbor. Then, it was my 13-year-old cousin. And then it was you. Hey, what about you? You forgot to include yourself. What? You're part of the victim. She saw you as the one, and her loaded daddy, who's the CEO, used his power to make you agree to marry her. He donated a bunch of money to your dad's company, right? So you couldn't say no for an answer. You had to end your relationship at the time because of Olivia. Yeah, I guess you're right. And look at her now. She's wanting to divorce you already, after not even 2 years in the marriage. She's already looking into multiple men while still being married to you. She needs to learn that the world doesn't revolve around her. We can't let her get away with this. We need to protect our fellow men from her. I agree. I think it's about time, actually. I have been waiting to divorce her all this time, but couldn't because of the thing with her dad and mine. But things are gonna change now. Well, that's great. Yeah, I've been enduring this all this time, but I'm gonna stand up for myself now. I'm rooting for you, man. You've got this. If you need any support, you know who to call. I've got your back. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon. And tell your fiancé I said hi. Enjoy the rest of your stay in Florida. Oh, will do.
Will, you are not going to believe what happened. James was being dishonest with me. He's a liar, a cheater, a player. He got married to another woman even though he proposed to me. Can you believe it? I've never felt so humiliated in my entire life.
Olivia, don't you remember? I told you he had a fiancé whom he's been dating since high school. You were never engaged to him.
What? No, that can't be true. He proposed to me. I remember it clearly. We bumped into each other at the store the other day and he proposed to me in the store.
Yeah, he told me. You asked if he had proposed yet, and he answered yes. He was talking about his fiancée, not you, Olivia. He even told you that he wasn't interested in you, but you just completely ignored that because you're delusional. You do this all the time. You nitpick what you want to hear and ignore anything that's against what you want.
No, I don't. You don't understand. Well, James broke my heart. He was the one for me and I was the one for him, and we were destined to be together, but he ruined everything.
Olivia, it is over. You need to stop making the same mistakes over and over again. You're hurting the people I care about.
He was my true love. Now I have no one. What am I going to do?
You should be worrying about your father, not about your love life.
What? Daddy? What are you talking about?
Haven't you seen the news? Your father has been arrested for embezzlement.
What? No way! Will, I just saw the news. I don't know what to say. I can't believe Daddy's in jail.
It's all over the media, isn't it? I'm surprised the paparazzi haven't shown up at the door yet. I'm sure they'd want to capture a scoop of you too, being the daughter of Ben Rhodes. You should be careful and think about how you act around outside. The last thing that you'd want is another report, this time written about how crazy you are as a socialite.
Will, there is something important I need to tell you. I can't believe it took me so long to realize that my true love was right in front of me all these years. You're the one, Will. You're my true love, the love of my life. I love you, Will. I don't love anyone else but you.
What? Are you kidding me? After all that you have put me through, you're telling me this?
I'm sorry it took me this long, okay? I just had to figure everything out for myself, for my life and my future, but now I know that you're the one for me. We belong to each other. I'm going home now. Our home. After I arrive, I'm going to show you how much you mean to me. Oh, and can you throw away the divorce papers? It seems like we don't need it anymore.
You can't be serious. It is too late, Olivia. I've turned in our divorce papers to the public office already.
What?
Do you know how many times you've repeated the same thing of cheating and coming back only to cheat again? I have had enough already. You've involved not only my best friend, but even my family, who's a minor, in this mess. You can't just change your mind about who you want to be with when you're already married. Marriage is about loyalty and commitment.
You know you can't leave me. Especially during this time when everything is going down with Daddy. Do you know how much money Daddy has donated to your father's small company? He helped you guys from getting bankrupt. You owe us.
Well, my father isn't the head of the company anymore.
What?
He gave up his position to someone else, so the company isn't ours.
That doesn't make any difference. You know that company's able to exist only because Daddy's been sending a bunch of donations every month.
Actually, the company's been independent from your father's for 3 months now. My father denied his donations after signing a contract with another company. It's a bigger company than your father, so he couldn't win over my father. That's why I'm taking this as an opportunity to end things with you two. We're over.
I can't believe this is happening all this time. Why didn't you tell me something this important?
I tried, but you were too busy finding your true love. What's your issue? You're finally getting a divorce from your husband that you were so tired of. You told me that I was boring. Now you're free to find a new boyfriend. Anyways, I've turned in the papers already. Our divorce has been settled.
This isn't fair. What am I going to do without you?
Oh, you're on your own now. By the way, your mother has returned to her parents' home. It's good that she fled quickly before the paparazzi arrived. Because now, their neighborhood is filled with reporters and journalists. I wouldn't recommend going there if I were you.
Oh my god, I can't believe this.
Also, don't even try to come to our home since I won't be there. I moved out of our apartment as soon as I filed the divorce papers.
What? Where am I supposed to go then?
The apartment is yours. You can stay there. But I think you should check the news first. It looks like there are paparazzi there too.
Oh my god, why is this happening to me? I didn't do anything wrong. This isn't fair. I want my life back.
You're overreacting. You still have your inheritance from your father, don't you? If you don't want to deal with the paparazzi, you can hide yourself in a hotel room or something. Look, I don't want anything to do with you anymore. You and I are over.
How could you be so cold toward me after everything we've been through together? You're the love of my life, Will. I love you. I know I may not have been perfect, but I'm going to change. I just wanted to make friends. That's all. I'm still learning as a person.
I do not trust you. You've destroyed my trust so many times that I don't care what type of excuse you have. I know you won't change because we've had the same conversation multiple times. Olivia, I am tired of this. I don't want to be part of this mess that you always create. I am too old for this type of drama. I can't be with someone who can't be loyal or show any commitment.
I'm sorry, okay? I don't know why you're so angry with me when I haven't even cheated on you. I was approaching guys, that's it.
You shouldn't even be approaching guys in the first place when you're married. Also, I know you were cheating on me, so don't even try to deny it.
Excuse me?
Andrew Smith? Ring any bells?
What? How do you know him?
His wife reached out to me. Yeah, that's right. He had a wife. You two were having an affair, weren't you? She also gave me a bunch of proof, including photos of you guys walking into a hotel room and even screenshots of text messages.
I'm sorry. It was only a couple of times and I've already broken up with him. It was in the past, okay? I was stupid and I screwed up. Please forgive me.
I don't want to hear anything. I can't trust anything you say. I don't need to hear your cheap, fake apology. Olivia, stop trying because it is pointless. I've contacted my lawyer, and from now on, everything is going through court. You'll be hearing from them shortly. You will also be hearing from Andrew's wife's lawyer, too.
What?
This is it. We're over. Goodbye, Olivia.
No, I'm sorry. Please, don't go.
According to the news, it was Olivia's mother who leaked the information that her husband was embezzling. The married couple have not been getting along for many years. It turns out that Olivia's father has been cheating on his wife with many women. In order to get revenge, she decided to expose him for his crimes. Soon, she told a news outlet about his cheating and mistreatment of women. Olivia begged her mother to let her move in with her, but was denied. Growing up, Olivia has always been a troubled child. She's been arrested many times as a teenager, acting rebellious towards her mother. After learning about why she and I got divorced, her mother decided that she had had enough. She figured that Olivia's already a grown woman and cut her off completely. Olivia had no choice but to live on her own. She had enough money to not worry about expenses for several months and lived in a hotel. But soon, she ran out of money after paying an enormous amount of compensation for the damages she created. Olivia tried to find men on dating apps and would date men only for their money. One day, an article was written about her past, revealing her troubles during her teenage years, and about how she destroyed our marriage. People started to recognize her in public, and no one wanted to date her. Her social reputation was ruined. I guess that's what you get for using and playing around with people's emotions. Justice has been served.
Hello, Alice. Do you have a moment? I'd like to speak to you about something.
Hi, Barbara. What is it? Can I help you with anything?
You live in the big building by the train station, don't you?
That's right. The big tower block.
Can I ask a couple of questions? There's an apartment for sale there and we're thinking of moving. Are there any other families living there whose kids go to the same kindergarten as our daughters?
Actually, yes. I sometimes meet other moms who have kids at that kindergarten. It's very convenient. There's a children's play area out in the communal area here, and our kids often play together there in the evenings.
Oh, really? That's very interesting. Thank you for letting me know. Like I said, we're in the process of buying one of the apartments there. It'll be nice to have some families around with children my daughter can play with.
Oh, I hope everything goes smoothly. It would be nice to have you close by.
Thank you. Yes, I'm currently very busy with all the preparations for the move. I'll look forward to seeing more of you in the future then.
Yes, it sounds great. Hey, Timothy. I have a question. Are there any apartments for sale in our building right now? Hey, why do you ask? I got a message today at one of the moms at Grace's kindergarten saying they were thinking of moving here. Or they're buying an apartment here or something? That's a bit strange. Why would she be messaging you about it? I don't know. I think she must have heard from another mom that we live here. We're not especially good friends or anything. And it's not like Grace is close with her daughter either. She said they'd be moving in soon and she's looking forward to living near us. It was weird. Yeah, I'm not really sure what that's about. I did hear that empty apartment on the 10th floor was finally sold a couple of months ago. Do you think she could be talking about that? I'm not sure. It seemed like she hadn't moved yet. And I thought the apartment on the 10th floor already had people living there. You haven't heard of anyone who's planning to move soon or anything? Not that I recall. Right. That's what I thought too. I wonder if she's made a mistake and she means another building around here. Maybe her information is wrong. I think that's the only explanation. Yeah, there's a possibility the person she asked got mixed up between me and another mom. I mean, if you're not such good friends with her, she probably made a mistake. That's a big kindergarten, isn't it? There are a lot of kids there. That's true. I think there's even another little girl named Grace in the class above. So they could be thinking of that little girl's family. I guess you'll find out when she moves. If she somehow turns up in our building, we'll definitely know about it. I guess so. I'll let you know if I hear any more about it.
Hi, Alice. How are you? I just wanted to let you know that we finally moved in.
Oh, hi, Barbara. I'm great, thanks. I hope you're well, too. That's great news.
I feel like such a celebrity here. What a feeling.
A celebrity? I didn't think our building was so special.
I just think with these kinds of buildings, it's usually the rich and famous who live on the upper floors, isn't it? We're living on the 49th floor. It's almost the top floor. The 50th floor is the penthouse, but apparently it belongs to the owners of the building and they use the whole floor as a combined home and business premises. There isn't anyone else I know living on the 49th floor. I checked that today. So it looks like I am the top of the pile when it comes to living in this building. That is, among my friends anyway.
What do you mean, the top of the pile?
Oh, you know. You can totally tell how rich people are by what floor they live on. Everyone knows the most expensive apartments are the top floor.
Of course I know that, but what does it matter? You can't judge people by how much money they have or where they live.
I can't? Why not? I think it does matter. I don't want my child associating with people that are below her.
I've heard that the owners of this building don't want to encourage people to think that way. They don't like it when people act like there's some kind of hierarchy. It's quite a tight community. There are rules. If you get caught behaving like you're better than people on the lower floors, you might get into trouble. I think you should be careful what you say.
Are you saying you're going to rat me out to the owners? What can they do anyway? We own this place.
It's part of a condo, though. There are rules you have to sign up to as part of the homeowners association. Didn't you see them yet?
No, my husband took care of all that. Well, you should know that it doesn't matter what floor you live on here. It's all equal. Oh dear, Alice. Actually, I think I should let you know. I expect that isn't true. It's probably just something they tell the poorer people living on the lower floors. Do you understand me? Out of all the families that use our kindergarten, my family is at the top of the heap. This is the proof. No one else's daughter is getting the elevator up this high. Our place is just as nice and fancy as the very top floor. It's probably better because it's just a home and not being used as an office or whatever. This is the big issue here. If you live in this building and you refuse to accept my rules, you'll probably find yourself in hot water one of these days. Don't forget that, okay?
Barbara, please don't make a huge thing out of this. I don't want to get into a dispute with my neighbors over something so ridiculous. Can you just let it go? You're not better than anyone else here. It shouldn't be so important what people think about you. I can't believe you're trying to make me afraid of you right now.
If this turns into a dispute, it'll be the fault of those living on the lower floors. There's only going to be a problem if they make it a problem.
No, I'm afraid that kind of attitude and way of thinking won't be accepted by the homeowners association here. There's no point in you trying to look tough in front of me.
I'm not trying to look tough, Alice. I'm just letting you know. I'm the boss from now on, and what I say goes. You'll see. Alice, I'd like to know what you meant by your greeting to me earlier today.
Oh, hi, Barbara. Do you mean when we met in the entrance hall this morning?
Yes, of course that's what I mean. What else could it be? All you said was morning. What kind of greeting is that? Don't you think you could be a little more polite towards me?
I'm sorry, I was running a little late. But I do think that's an acceptable greeting between ordinary acquaintances.
Ordinary acquaintances? Is that all you think I am to you? I am by no means an ordinary acquaintance to you, Alice. I thought I made it perfectly clear that I'm a very important person in this community.
Oh, do you think so?
What is that supposed to mean? Do I have to explain it all to you again? I am the owner of a top floor apartment in the building. I'm practically a celebrity to you, and you should show me the kind of respect I deserve.
In my opinion, I showed you even more respect than you deserve. I took the time to say good morning to you while I was in a hurry to get my kids to school on time. I thought I explained all of this to you the other day as well. There's no such thing as a hierarchy in this building. All the owners are treated the same way. We treat everyone that lives here as though they are valued and respected neighbors. Everyone is considered equal.
Yes, you said that before. It's all nonsense. The other owners only tell the poor residents that because they want you to feel valued. The reality is different. The next time you see me in the entrance hall, I would like you to greet me properly. Stop whatever you are doing and inquire after my day and my family. That's true politeness. If we allow people from our generation to fail in these simple tasks, what will the next generation grow up to be? They're already lazy and stupid. They should at least learn manners from their elders. And this doesn't only apply to you. I expect this kind of behavior from all of my acquaintances in this building. So far, I haven't had any trouble getting the other moms from our kindergarten to treat me with proper respect. You're the only one who seems to be resisting me. I wonder why that is. Do you have an attitude problem?
I don't know whose children you think are lazy and stupid, but I can tell you that mine certainly aren't. And I don't think I'm the one with the attitude problem here.
Haven't you understood anything I've said to you?
No, I'm sorry. I don't understand you at all. There shouldn't be anyone following these rules you seem to have invented for yourself. I have to start work now, so let's leave it here. Bye for now, Barbara.
Don't ignore me!
Hey, honey. Sorry I'm still at work, but I'm leaving here soon. I found out some stuff about that friend of yours that moved into the building recently. You know, the one you said acts like she owns the place. I thought I'd text you the information now in case you're already asleep before I get home. We can talk about it tomorrow if you like.
Oh, what did you find out?
What did you say her name was? Barbara?
Yeah, that's right. Barbara Gordon.
Well, I know that she definitely lives in our building, but that's not the whole story.
What's the story?
She got a divorce and moved in with her new partner who was already living in our building on the 49th floor. So anything she said about her husband buying the place was probably a lie. Or she's embellishing the truth a little bit.
Her new partner? Did she remarry straight away then?
How do you know this stuff? My mom told me.
Your mom?
Yeah. She's the couple she's friends with on the 49th floor. They have a yoga group, but I'm pretty sure they just sit on the floor gossiping. I'm not sure how much yoga gets done. I just remembered a few days ago and asked her if she knew anything about it. Then today she called me and gave me all the gossip. My mom works fast. I'm quite impressed. Me too. She does a great job. Hopefully this information will make life a bit easier. I'll have to thank her next time she calls. There's more, but I don't want to go into too much detail over text, so I'll tell you tomorrow, okay? Our mom said she might come round tomorrow, so she could probably tell you as well. You never know, she might have fresh information then. Oh, okay. I'll wait and see what she says tomorrow. I'm glad you thought of asking your mom. I would never have considered it. I hope you don't have to work too late tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm exhausted today, so I think I'll get an early night. Okay, sure. I'm glad I could help. I'll see you in the morning. Night. Good night.
Excuse me, Alice. I've invited you to join my WhatsApp group for the kindergarten moms who live in this building. But you still haven't joined it. What's going on?
I just didn't think it was necessary. I have a lot of other things to do with my time.
You don't think it's necessary for us to share important information about our community?
Oh, I do. I just didn't think joining your group chat was necessary.
Are you still having trouble understanding how to act towards me? Let me remind you, I'm the absolute authority among the kindergarten moms in this building. I'm the top of the pile. You must listen to what I say and do what I tell you to do. Otherwise, you'll find yourself in a lot of trouble. If you want to be better than me and do what you want, then you should live on the 50th floor. But that's the building owner's place, and they've got the whole floor, so I guess that's impossible.
But I do live on the 50th floor, in the penthouse, which is the whole floor, as you've said.
What do you mean?
I don't know why you're having a hard time understanding that, Barbara. My husband is the owner of this building, and I'm the head of the Homeowners Association. It was built by my father-in-law's construction company, which my husband is now CEO of.
I don't think so. You live on the 3rd floor. I often see you getting out of the elevator there. You shouldn't tell lies to try and make yourself look better than you are. It's worse when people find out the truth.
Maybe you should try taking your own advice, Barbara. My parents-in-law live on the 3rd floor, actually.
The parents of your husband, who supposedly owns this building and is the CEO of a construction company, he lets his parents live on the 3rd floor of a tower block? And I'm supposed to believe that this father-in-law is the person he inherited his company from. You're not very good at making believable lies up, are you? You should just stop now.
It's not that we let them live there. They choose to live there and we support them in their choice. They don't want to live any higher because it's easier for my father-in-law to get around from the lower floors. He uses a wheelchair now. And my mother-in-law doesn't like heights. But it's like I told you. We don't judge people or their earnings by where they live in this building. Some of the apartments on the lower floors are larger and more expensive than the higher floors. I'm pretty sure my husband's parents' place is larger and nicer than the apartment you're living in.
I wish you would stop talking about your husband as if this person really exists. Everyone at the kindergarten knows you're a single mother. And there's no way you could earn enough as a single mother to live in the penthouse of a tower block like this.
I'm not single. Perhaps people might assume that because my husband is very busy and often away for work, so he doesn't make it to many parents' events. But I'm sure you'll meet him at some point.
Oh, I see.
Actually, while we're on the subject, I've been wondering why you think you have the right to talk about other people's married lives like this.
What do you mean?
I mean, you seem to think you're better than everyone else and you act like you're the best mother around. But I haven't actually seen you with your daughter for a while. And whenever I'm at the kindergarten to pick up my daughter, your daughter is being picked up by her nanny. What's going on there?
There's nothing going on. I'm just too busy to go there myself. A lot of mothers prioritize working over picking up their kids in the middle of the afternoon.
That's true, I guess. But I actually heard that you lost custody of your daughter in your recent divorce. Now, I'm not judging anyone for getting a divorce, but I don't think it's fair for you to come and live in this building and start acting like you're the boss of the kindergarten moms when technically you're not even one of them. According to my information, the person you're living with on the 49th floor isn't your husband. He's the guy you were cheating on your husband with. Did you pursue that guy on purpose because you wanted to live on the upper floors of a tower block and act like you're a celebrity all the time? Apparently, you couldn't wait to move in here. You were living in his house even before your divorce was finalized, weren't you?
How do you know all this?
Oh, I have my sources. I'm not suggesting it's my right to know everything that goes on here, but I know the right people if I want to get information. Or should I say that my husband does, because he's the one with all the contacts.
That's an invasion of my privacy! How dare you? You better not go telling all of the kindergarten moms about this.
I'm not interested in spreading gossip. I just want to make sure you're living by the rules of the Homeowners Association. Like I said, I'm the head of the committee. And as the wife of the building owner, I also have some responsibilities as his representative while he's not available. Your behavior has caused some problems, Barbara.
What do you mean?
I've had complaints from other residents about the way you insist everyone respects your position at the top of the so-called hierarchy. You can't just ignore the voices of the other owners here. I forwarded some of the information and complaints to my husband.
You can't do that! I haven't done anything wrong!
It's quite widely known among the residents here. But when my husband's parents were young professionals, they lived in an apartment building where people acted just like you. The people who lived in the expensive apartments on the top floors gave themselves airs and graces and acted as though they were above the building's rules. That's why when my father-in-law's company built this condominium, he would try to create a place where that wasn't allowed. He set up a homeowners association with the rules and regulations to try and protect the residents from people like you. My husband was brought up to believe in the same values of equality. So now that he's in charge, he's also committed to making sure it's a nice place to live for everyone. We were really enjoying the little community we had here until you showed up and started expecting people to treat you differently. Naturally, my husband and I are not impressed with you.
So what are you planning on doing about it? Don't pretend like you actually have any power over me. I bet you're just doing this out of spite because you don't like having to compete for the other mom's respect.
I have no desire to force the people who live here to respect me. I'm just doing what they've asked me to do as the building owner's representative. But my husband should have some time tomorrow, so I expect he'll call or visit you at your place and you can talk about your options. I don't want to overstep, so I'll leave it here. Goodbye, Barbara.
Wait, what's going to happen to me?
According to my mother-in-law's information, Barbara was living with a guy she was calling her husband, but they weren't actually married. She had just moved straight into his house after splitting up with her husband and filing for divorce. Apparently, this guy didn't know that she was married when they first started seeing each other, and he only found out when her divorce lawyer called and he answered her phone. I don't think it was a very pleasant surprise for him, although he might have been able to live with it if she hadn't been lying about it the whole time. Then, just a short time after he found out about her divorce and that she had a young daughter, this business with the homeowners association started getting serious. He obviously hadn't known how many complaints we were receiving about Barbara's attitude. That must have killed off the last of his affection for her, because they split up soon after and she moved out. Then he moved as well a few months later. He must have been embarrassed and worried that people were talking about him. But to be honest, I think after Barbara left, no one blamed him or even thought about it that much. After she was thrown out of her dream apartment, I think Barbara tried to move back in with her parents, but she wasn't allowed to stay there long either. The last I heard, she was working at a fast food chain and living in shared accommodation with some of the other restaurant staff. I'm pretty sure she just eats fast food constantly and stays in her room. But she's not that stupid. So maybe she can move up to being a manager one day. I sometimes drive past the restaurant to make sure she's still there and enjoying her life on the top of the pile. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.